All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sedona High School, home of the Scorpions, the Camp Verde Cowboys on the road out here today. A 2A Central battle for you here on Verde Valley TV, Cable 1, Channel 56, and Suddenlink 2. Glad to be along with you. Weather supposed to be clear but breezy. Probably about 77, 78 degrees out here. Winds south-southwest, anywhere from 17 to 19 miles per hour. So the wind right now swirling a little bit, blowing out, if you will, toward right field, but not directly toward right field. Out here today, the Camp Verde Cowboys come in number 6 in the 2A rankings, and the home team here, the Scorpions, number 22 right now. And this is going to be an important game for the playoff warm-ups here just around the corner for 2A baseball. We're going to take a break on a breezy day here in Sedona, Arizona. We'll return to Sedona Red Rock country right after this.
At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, you'll find their employees are friendly and very helpful. It's a family-owned hardware store, and they'll treat you like a member of the family. At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, they stock household tools and all kinds of supplies. You can take advantage of their rental department. From the moment you walk in the door till the time you leave, you'll know why Camp Verde Ace Hardware is the home of legendary customer service. Pay them a visit on Main Street in Camp Verde.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
Well, we're ready for baseball out here today. Sedona, the home team, out in the field. Nate Ross is going to be on the mound. Capozzi behind the plate. Barber at first. Jennings at second. Grondin at shortstop. Ryan will take third base out here. The outfield going from left to right field. McGrath, Alagna, and LeCaire. And our first pitch comes in as a strike on our leadoff hitter, the second baseman, Mason Rayburn. Rayburn comes in batting he's batting .407 on the season. And he'll look at that one bounce in. Just a little short for ball one. 1-1 the count. Mason comes in with 24 hits, 27 runs, second in runs scored for the Camp Verde Cowboys out here. Leads the team in triples. He's got 3 triples and 3 doubles on the season as well. That one's low. Count goes to 2-1 on the leadoff hitter. Camp Verde ranks 6th. Comes in. They are 6-2 away this year. 17-6-1 altogether, including games that include tournaments. Hard shot down to the third baseman. Farmer gets in front of it, keeps it from going into the corner, but unable to glove it. And that will be a leadoff single out there for Rayburn. Batiste, the pitcher, is coming up next. Bruno, the shortstop, on deck, and in the hole, Dawson McCune. Batiste is batting .415, takes a big swing A throw down to second gets past the shortstop, and a stolen base out there for Rayburn. Rayburn has been active on the bases here this year. Leads the team with 24 stolen bases, that being his 25th. A one-strike count on Dakota Batiste. Swing and a miss for 2 strikes. 0-2 the count now. Dakota Batiste comes in, 24 runs scored, 27 hits. He's got 9 doubles, 16 RBIs, and an RBI opportunity out there right now. And that one's going to stay outside from Ross. 1-2 the count. Ross comes in with an ERA of 3.96 on the season, 11 appearances for the sophomore. And the curveball, ground ball, shortstop, can't come up with it. And that's going to put runners on first and second. Nobody out. Camp Verde's got something to go in here in the top of the first. $11 appearances, like I was saying, for Nate Ross, the sophomore. 35 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 36 hits, 32 runs, only 20 of them earned, though, and that one's going to be fouled back. 21 walks to go with 45 strikeouts. Bruno, the shortstop, an 0-1 count. 2 on, nobody out, top of the first. And they've got the runner held up in between first and second. They'll throw down to second, run him toward third, throw down to third. They still have the run back going. They'll throw back down again, and the pickle play continues. And staying with it, and now back to second. And over to the third baseman who applies the tag, and they finally do get him. Rayburn running himself into an out, so a put out. And there's too many numbers for that one. Back and forth between the second baseman, third baseman, the pitcher, the catcher, and the shortstop. But they run him down. Going on to second with the play quite wisely is Batiste. So Bruno now steps in. Steps back up with a 1-strike count. 1 out now. And a man on second. Fly ball left center field. Dropping quickly and off the glove of McGrath. McGrath will throw ahead of the runner. And so that's going to be first and second once again for Camp Verde. Little looping liner, dropping quickly, got his glove on it, couldn't squeeze it. And Dawson McCune steps in. Wearing number 18, batting .378 on the season. 24 runs, 28 hits. Leads the team with 33 RBIs, and he fouls that one back toward our screen. A 1-strike count. A lot of foul territory out here at Sedona Red Rock High School. A lot of room behind the catcher. Ball gets behind the catcher, you easily get a base. And that's going to be a line drive or a ground ball over to the shortstop. They get him at second. I think they do. So the fielder's choice for McCune. And out at second is going to be Bruno. Going over to third is Batiste. So first and third and 2 out. Coke Bass, the right fielder, steps up. Beautiful day here in Sedona. Glad you're along with us here on Verde Valley TV. Bass batting .429 on the season, and the righty takes the curveball. They throw down to second, and the runner at third stays there. So McCune gets the stolen base. So 2 men in scoring position. And that is the 11th stolen base for McCune out there. Bast is up with a 1-ball count. Delivery low for ball 2. First base is open now. 2 out, 2 on for the Camp Verde Cowboys in the top of the first. 0-0 your score at the moment. Ross steps over to third and then looks at second Everybody shuffles back to their appropriate bases. And we'll do it again. Ross out of the stretch, delivers, line drive off the pitcher, and they do not get him at first. So they may want to check on Ross. He took that line drive off the lower part of the leg. That one's going to leave a bruise for sure. And coming home to score is Batiste for the first run of the game. 1-0 Camp Verde now. Going on to third is McCune. So first and third again for Camp Verde. Looks like it is the left part of the leg. Left leg, lower left leg is going to be my guess. Line drive right back up the middle. Bounced off the pitcher, went up in the air, and then continued on to the shortstop. And it looks like he's going to take a couple more warm-up pitches. No, he says he's ready. We're ready for ball. So Bast is on first. McCune is on third. 1 in, 2 out, 2 on. And Ross will do it again, and they already start to run. And he's going to swipe it before even a pitch is thrown. Didn't even go on first move. 3 stolen bases in the inning here for Camp Verde. And Cole Gillespie is up. Third baseman wearing number 4. Batting .415 on the season. He's got 9 doubles, 16 RBIs to go along with 27 hits. And that one bounces away from the catcher near side. 1-1 the count according to the board. 2 out, 2 on, 1 in. Couple of errors in the inning here for Sedona hasn't helped their cause. And there's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled back, and that'll make it to the rocks behind us and over to the Camp Verde bus. 1-2 the count on the breaking ball. Wiley Howell, the first baseman, on deck for Camp Verde. Ross delivers, and a line drive up the middle. That'll score 1 for sure. Rounding third and scoring without a throw is going to be Bass. 3-0 Camp Verde on top. Line drive right back up the middle. 2 RBI single out there by Gillespie. And Howell's going to step up with 3 in, 2 out, 1 on. Camp Verde has been running very quickly. Ross out of the stretch and a swing and a miss. Howe chased the high pitch. Strike 1. 7th man to bat here in the top of the first for Camp Verde. Camp Verde has worn out that path right back to the pitcher. And that one's going to be fouled off for strike 2. Howe comes in, a junior, batting .275. He's got 11 hits this year with 5 RBIs, including a double. And we're set again, and strike 3 gets the strikeout to end the inning. So Sedona gets out of it with a strikeout, but Camp Verde strikes first with 3 runs in here in the top of the first. We'll be back to Sedona High School after this.
Hi, Jerry Butterbrook. Century 21 Sexton Realty has been an important part of the Verde Valley since 1954, helping people to buy or sell property with services like teamwork and integrity. Verde Valley has grown, and so has Century 21, with offices in Cottonwood and Sedona. Century 21 is always looking to hire those exceptional agents that are smarter, bolder, and faster. Call Cottonwood 634-5544. Call Sedona 282-1490.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Three runs on 3 hits, 3 stolen bases for Camp Verde in the top of the first. And bottom of the first, Sedona is going to bring up Farmer, the third baseman, Grondin, the shortstop, and Nate Ross, the pitcher. Anybody gets on, Capozzi, the catcher, will be coming up. Both teams playing for playoff position out here today. Camp Verde comes in number 6, looking for a win out here today to try to stay in the top 8 because it is very important to stay out of that play-in round. Play-in round ends up on a Wednesday, then you play Friday and Saturday, which is real tough against teams without a lot of depth at pitching. First delivery is going to be inside for ball 1 on Farmer. Inversely, Sedona sitting at number 22. The top 24 go. And that means that Sedona needs to get a win here to try to secure a position for playoffs. 1-1 the count on Farmer. Ryan Farmer wearing number 1 out there. Comes in batting .444. 18 runs, 20 hits, 8 RBIs. He's got 4 doubles and 3 triples, and now in the hole, 1 and 2. There's the delivery, and he'll tap that one foul. Stay alive. Defensively for Camp Verde, Batiste is on the mound. O'Grady behind the plate. Howe is over at first. Rayburn at second. Dominic Bruno, the shortstop. Gillespie's over at third. The outfield, left field to right field is Hedges. McCune in center and Bast in right, and that one stays high for ball 2. Evens count 2-2. 20 walks between these two teams the last time they played. Camp Verde victorious in that one a couple of weeks ago, 14-2. 10 Sedona errors did not help. That one stays low. Full count now on the leadoff hitter for Sedona, trying to get something going in a hole, 3-0. Batiste has an ERA of 2.18. He's 4-0 on the season, and that one stays inside. And the walk. Farmer draws the walk. Start off the bottom of the first inning out here. Out there at first, he's got 12 stolen bases on the season. As Jahia Grondin, the shortstop, steps in. That's only the 3rd walk for Farmer this year. Throw over to first. Howe gloves it, throws it back. Teams are actually batting only 122. Another throw over to first. Only batting 122 against Batiste. Pitched 35 in a 3rd innings, giving up 14 hits, 15 runs, and there's a strike. Only 11 of them earned. 29 walks to go with 53 strikeouts. And another throw over to first. 0-1 the count to Grondin. Grondin bats .432 and tries to push that one down the right field line. It'll get out of play to the right. He's got 19 hits. He scored 22 times. 13 RBIs. One of the 3 home runs this year for Sedona. Wind swirling a little bit out of here. Southwest winds. Another throw back over to first. Great job by Howe getting a glove on that one. That one was off the base. Almost had to dive for that one. Farmer gets his lead at first. 0-2 count on Grondin. Here's the pitch, and stays inside. Shortstop almost wore that one. 1-2 the count. Didn't entirely bail out there on the curveball inside. He's got the bat wiggle. Another throw over to first, and that one gets away. Farmer will be on his horse. He'll hit second. We'll see if they hold him there. No, they don't. They send him over to third. And so the throwing error over to first will put Farmer all the way to third. So Sedona has a man at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first, trailing 3-0. Two-base throwing error out there, and then back out of the windup with a 1-2 count on Grondin. And that one's going to be popped up to the right-hand side. Lots of room here. Making his way over is Howe. Howe can't quite get to it. The Texas leaguer wasn't a Texas leaguer. It was more of a Louisiana leaguer and fell to the ground. Howe gave it a good effort. It'll stay 1-2 on the shortstop here from Sedona. Battling out there against Batiste. Here's the windup. And an inside pitch swung on and missed for a strikeout. First strikeout of the game here for Batiste. Sedona still with a runner at third. Nate Ross is up, trying to help his own cause out here, the pitcher for Sedona. Wind kicks up across the field, and that one stays outside. Wind blowing kind of from first base over to third base for the most part. Right field corner to left field corner. 1-0 delivery is inside. 2-0. Ross is batting .346 on the year. He's got 18 hits to go along with 12 runs, 16 RBIs, making it second on the team. And a swing and a miss. Had a good cut at that one. 2-1 the count. 5 doubles and a couple of triples out here for the Sedona pitcher. Sophomore. In fact, Sedona has one senior on the squad, and he is over at third base, and that's Farmer. So 2-2 now the count on Ross. Batiste trying to strand Farmer over at third. Here's the delivery, and swing and a miss. Couldn't lay off the high fastball. Second strikeout for Batiste, and Matthew Capozzi steps in. Wearing number 4, he's batting an even .400 coming into today. 18 hits, 20 RBIs, 2 doubles, a triple, and leads the team with 2 home runs, and he'll take that one high and outside for ball 1. So the bottom of the first started off with a walk to Farmer, the third baseman. Ended up on third with a throw over to first that got away from the first baseman. The curveball's over for a strike. And then back-to-back strikeouts of Grondin and Ross. And Capozzi now has the responsibility of trying to get Sedona on the board. Trailing 3-0 here. Bottom of the first. And that one will stay low. Good block out there by O'Grady. Lots and lots of space here behind home plate. The ball gets away from the catcher. It is an easy base. Got to trust your catcher to be able to block the stuff low, and that one will break back across the plate for a strike, making it 2-2. Capozzi gave up on the curveball. 2-2 the count, 2 out, 1 on. And there's the pitch, ground ball, third baseman. It's gloved across the diamond, low, it gets away from the first baseman. And going on to second is going to be Capozzi as Farmer comes in to score. So Sedona is now on the board, trailing 3-1, but they have another runner in scoring position as Jennings comes to the plate. Caleb Jennings, a sophomore, batting .310. He's got 13 hits. Tied for second in runs scored, though, with 18, 9 RBIs. A couple of doubles on the season. 1 in, 1 on, 2 out here for Sedona in the bottom of the first. Teese will step off the mound and rearrange. Back out of the stretch. Posey's on a second. And here's the delivery. That one will be tap foul. Out of play to the right-hand side and behind. Well, for Camp Verde, they've got Scottsdale Prep coming up for them, as well as Glendale Prep. That Scottsdale Prep game very well could be the 2A region. If they can beat Scottsdale Prep, they should take the 2A region and stay in the top 8. A swing and a miss at the breaking ball. Good block by O'Grady. Second baseman for Sedona finds himself in a hole, 0-2, 2 out, 1 on, 1 in. Trying to keep the inning alive here for his Scorpion squad. Teese looks back, the runner delivers, swing and a miss. And Batiste ends up striking out the side. However, Sedona gets on the board. A walk and a couple of helps, a little bit of help from a couple of errors, and Sedona leads 3-1. Top of the second coming up after this.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go for others.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Well, back here at Sedona High School, home of the Scorpions. The Scorpions are coming off a 5-game win streak. They've won 5 in a row with a 15-2 victory yesterday over the Valley Lutheran Flames. Scored 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 5 in the fifth to go along with it. They've got wins over 1A Mayor, Heritage Academy, 2 wins over Valley Lutheran, North Point Prep, and 2 wins over Glendale Prep. A couple of wins over 1A Joseph City as well. Nate Ross back on the mound here for Sedona. And he'll deliver to Colby Hedges high for ball 1. Hedges, the left fielder for Camp Verde. And that one's outside for ball 2. "2-0 the count. Hedges comes in batting .276. He's got 8 hits on the season with 10 runs scored. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. 7 RBIs, couple of doubles. That's a triple and a home run. One of the 5 home runs for Camp Verde this year. 2-1 the count. Line drive toward the middle, shortstop up with it across the middle, and the ground out for out number 1. Ground out goes 6-3. Grondin over to Barber. And 1 out in the inning here for Sedona Red Rock. Kelton O'Grady, the catcher, steps up. First delivery is going to be, catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. O'Grady comes in batting .303 on the season, and he'll hit that one hard. And it'll get knocked down, and the flip over to first is not completed. So O'Grady, hustling down the line, will get to take his spot there at first base. Grass is tall here at Sedona. Infield is a little bit higher than I've seen at some of the other schools. Outfield a little bit higher. Slow it down a little bit. So 1 on, 1 out. Top of the order out here for Camp Verde. Rayburn, the second baseman, steps in and he looks to bunt, pops it up. Comes to the near side, catcher gives chase, and Capozzi can't get to it. So strike one out there. Oh, and 1 the count. O'Grady on first. Rayburn was looking to sacrifice. He'll bring it back. Throw down to second with the attempted steal, and they got him. So Capozzi guns down the opposing catcher O'Grady down at second, so 2 out now. Bases empty for Camp Verde, leading by a score of 3-0. Short hop throw, good tag by Sedona, and they get the runner, cut him down, and that one gets away from the catcher. Nobody on base, no harm, no foul though. 1-2 the count. Rayburn singled and then ended up getting caught in a pickle between second and third, and he'll pop that one to short left field, and it'll find a hole. Grondin gets a bare hand on it and is able to keep it from going into the outfield very far. However, it still ends up a second single for Rayburn. So 1 on, 2 out. Dakota Batiste, the pitcher, is up. He reached on an error here in the first. Came around to score the first run for Camp Verde. And there is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 3 stolen bases in the first inning. Rayburn had 1 of them. See if he's looking to swipe second once again. Takes his lead, stays there. Pitch is low. 1-1 the count. Three to 1 your score. Camp Verde batting here in the top of the second with a lead. Thought about it, checks his swing. Kind of threw the hips a little bit out there, but didn't offer at it. 2-1 the count. And a throw over to first. Rayburn is back. Taking a look at softball, Camp Verde is certainly in the mix, no doubts about it. Currently sitting number 3. Fly ball, left field, and that is going to get it's going to get out. It's going to be a ground rule double. Left fielder out there, McGrath, put his hands up to indicate that it had bounced over the wall, or the fence, I should say. So a ground rule double, so Camp Verde's got something going. Rayburn's going to get held up there at third. And a double for Batiste down the left field line. And Bruno comes up. He reached on an error. He's out on a fielder's choice in the first inning. And that one stays inside for ball 1. So Camp Verde softball, they've got Glendale Prep left, ranked number 37. They are number 1 in the Central Division. sitting 3 in the rankings behind Benson. That one's going to be foul to the left-hand side. Benson sits number 1. They got 3 games left. Bisbee, Pima, and Tombstone. Trivium Prep is number 2. They've been jockeying back and forth with the Crimson Knights. They've got Arizona Lutheran again, number 8, ASU Prep. Camp Verde has only got 1 more left, but they've got a very healthy 7-point lead. That one stays high for a ball. Very healthy lead over Northland Prep, who is the central number 2 here in softball. They got 3 games left, but it's going to be hard to catch Camp Verde. Looking to follow Camp Verde into the playoffs with softball. That one stays outside and making it 3-1. Bruno runs the count here, looking for something good to hit. We'll follow the Camp Verde softball Cowgirls into the playoffs. Here's the pitch, ground ball. Third baseman picks it up, throws across the diamond, and they've got him. The ground out ends the inning. Sedona gets out of it. Give up a single, a 2-out single, a 2-out double, but they strand him on the bases. Score remains Camp Verde 3, Sedona 1. Bottom of the second coming up after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Back here at Sedona High School, before we left here, we were talking a little bit about Camp Verde softball. Verde Valley TV going to follow the Camp Verde Cowgirls softball squad into the playoffs. They're currently ranked number 3. First broadcast for the playoffs since Camp Verde is going to qualify for the bye in the play-in round. They'll start off the state tournament for 2A softball on May 3rd. That game coming up at about 4:30. If they win that one, then they play on the 4th early at 9 a.m. The game's at Rose Moffett Softball Complex down in the Phoenix area. So you can watch for that on Verde Valley TV, Cable 1, Channel 56, and Suddenlink Channel 2. And Batiste will deliver and catch the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Center fielder up for Sedona, James Alagna, and that one will bounce to the plate. Good block, 1-1 the count. Last time these two squads met, lopsided affair, 14-2 in favor of Camp Verde. 3-1 now, bottom of the second, swing and a miss. Over the top of it, 1-2 the count. Alagna batting .282 on the season, 11 hits, and he'll pop that one into short left field, and it will fall. Great effort out there by Bruno. He was tracking on it and couldn't come down with it, so a seeing eye bloop single out there for the Sedona center fielder, and they've got second inning in a row. They've got the first runner on base, and Cooper Barber, the first baseman, steps in. He's batting .308 on the season. He's got 12 hits, 8 RBIs, 1 double, looks to bunt, takes it high and outside. Well, we were talking about softball. Camp Verde softball is doing quite well. So is Mingus softball. Mingus softball just moved up to the number 4 spot in 4A softball. We wish them well as they are in Las Vegas at a tournament right now. That one's fouled off for a strike. 1-1 the count on Barbara, the first baseman. Had a quick time out there as a bug actually flew and stuck to my glasses, believe it or not. Had a giant dark spot with a tiny ladybug. Wind kicking up hard now. And that one stays low. 2-1 the count. That was close. 1 on, nobody out here. Bottom of the second, Sedona trailing the Camp Verde Cowboys 3-1. Batiste takes his time. That one fouled at the plate. Evens count 2-2. I want to thank one of our sponsors here for Verde Valley Baseball and Softball, which include our friends at Gordon and Gordon Law, corporate formations, business law, collections, construction law. Turn to Gordon and Gordon, attorneys at law. You can visit them at GordonLawAZ.com, or you can stop in at their office at 850 Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Gordon and Gordon Law, trust well placed. Barber's up there, 2-2 pitch, high. Runner goes. The throw down to second, to the second base side of the bag and a high. So a stolen base out there for Sedona. Lagna will get the stolen base and now sits in scoring position with a 3-2 count. Should be a full count, I believe, on Barber. And here's the delivery. And that's going to be strike 3 looking. So that is the 4th out of the game for Sedona. All of them by strikeouts. That one, the first one looking though. LeCare comes in. Addison, the right fielder. Right-hander stands up there and looks at strike 1. Inside part of the plate. LeCare, freshman, batting .281 on the season. He's got 9 hits, scored 10 times. He's got 5 RBIs. Looking to help his team out here with the Lagna in scoring position at second. And that curveball stays high. 1-1 the count. 1 on, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Sedona trailing by a score of 3-1. Beautiful day here in Sedona. That one is low. Great block behind the plate by O'Grady. Keeps the ball in front of him. In fact, it bounces all the way out a third of the way to third, which is where he would need to throw if the runner was going to break. 2-1 the count. Batiste has struck out all 4 outs in the game so far. And swing and a miss for strike 2. We had mentioned that Farmer, the only senior on the squad for Sedona. So hopefully they're going to get quite a few players back next year with some experience. And that one is low. 3-2 the count, full count now. First base is open after the stolen base. Looking at Camp Verde, Bruno, Hedges, Batiste are all seniors, as well as Daniels, Shue, and Howe. And he'll walk. Pardon me, Howe's a junior. McCune is a senior. Second walk in the game for Batiste. He's given up 2 to go with 4 strikeouts. Israel McGrath, left fielder, number 17, steps in with 2 on, 1 out. Thought about it, laid off. O'Grady asks for an appeal to the umpire out there towards second base. Goes as ball 1. McGrath batting an even 200 on the season. 6 for 20 on the year. No, pardon me, 4 for 20, 6 RBIs, scored 10 runs. And he'll take that one for a strike. So 1-1 the count, 2 on. And 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Sedona trying to close up the score here, and check swing strike for strike 2, 1 and 2. Farmer, who has scored the only run for Sedona so far, the lone senior on the squad. Oh, and there's a strike. And a strikeout, 5th strikeout of the game for Batiste. Makes it 2 out, 2 on in the bottom of the second, and Farmer's going to have a little delay here as the coaching staff for Camp Verde is going to come out. We're going to have a pitching change out here. Looks like Hedges is going to come in to pitch. Yeah, if I interpreted the pointing to left field correctly, we'll return to Sedona High School after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the second. Farmer coming up. He's walked and scored for Sedona. And Verde Valley Baseball and Softball brought to you by our friends at Arizona Smile Designers. Now, straight teeth are healthy teeth. In fact, crowded teeth can promote periodontal disease and even premature wear of the teeth. You can have a free consultation with Arizona Smile Designers about Invisalign. You know what? After pictures, impressions, and x-rays, in one visit, you're going to know how long and how many invisible aligners you're going to need to get the smile you want. Visit with Arizona Smile Designers on Willard and Cottonwood, or get the info at azsmiledesigners.com. And Farmer will foul off the first pitch for strike 1. Base hit here, could score 1. Cut the lead 3-2. A double might score 2. Not holding on the runner at first, and the curveball comes back across the plate for strike 2. Hedges out there for Camp Verde. And that one is, no, that is not correct. It is Shu out there. Shu has an ERA of 3.78. He's 3-1 on the season. He's pitched 16 innings, and that one is going to be fouled off. He's given up 11 hits, 12 runs, 9 of them earned. 17 walks to go with 32 strikeouts. Teams are batting 186 against him, but an on-base percentage of 442. And that one got a piece of Farmer, and he's kind of slow getting back into the batter's box there. Gets the knuckle pump from the umpire. She's toughing it out. Yep, I'm going to say with where he was holding that, caught the front leg off of the foul ball. So the count back to play, 1-2, 2 out, 2 on. Sedona trailing 3-1 to Camp Verde. And that one is going to be low for ball 2. 2-2 the count. So the inning started with a single from Alugna, the center fielder. He stole second. Barber struck out. LeCaire walked. And a ground ball headed toward the shortstop. He'll pick it up, go the short way over to second, and it pops off the glove, and everybody's going to be safe. And Farmer limping out there after he passes first base. And the coach is going to bring him back, and he's still having a little problem with that. So they try to go the short way and don't get it done. So bases jammed with Scorpions out there for Grondin, who struck out his first time up. Shoe versus Grondin now. Shoe on the mound for Camp Verde. And there's the pitch, it'll stay down. Grondin was 0 for 2 in the game against the Valley Lutheran Flames. Did have an RBI though. 1-0 count, and he'll swing at that one. Curves and breaks out of the strike zone though. 1-1 the count now. Bases loaded. Camp Verde keeps the infield back with 2 outs. And that one bounces off the catcher and got part of the bare hand on that one. That's going to be 2-1 as O'Grady sacrifices the body to keep it in front of him. Once again, a lot of real estate here behind home plate. Ball gets behind the catcher. You easily score 1. Takes a funny hop off of the fence or something like that, you could score 2. 2-1 the count. Bases loaded, bottom of the second. And a ground ball heading toward the third baseman. He jumps up in the air and will just tag the runner coming from second to third for the final out of the inning. So the ground out, unassisted to the third baseman out there. Gillespie ends the threat for the Sedona Red Rock Scorpions. 3-1, Camp Verde coming up top of the third after this.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go for others.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Back here at Sedona Red Rock High School, the part of the legendary coaching staff out here heckling me from the left-hand side. Not something they've done a whole bunch of during their careers, so they're taking advantage of the opportunity. It's going to be McCune, Bast, and Gillespie up for Camp Verde. Ross still on the mound out there. He's given up 3 runs, gave up 3 in the first. None in the second. Stranded runners at second and third into the second. He's got 1 strikeout. Hasn't walked anybody. A couple of errors have assisted Camp Verde here in a 3-1 lead in the top of the third. And that one's popped left side. A chance, and lost it in the sun and took part of it in the face. Out there is going to be the third baseman. Looks like Barber's over at third base now. And we're going to have a quick timeout here. And yep, we're going to take a quick break here as they work on the third baseman out there. We'll return to Sedona High School after this.
Hi, Jerry Butterbroat. Century 21 Sexton Realty has been an important part of the Verde Valley since 1954, helping people to buy or sell property with services like teamwork and integrity. Verde Valley has grown, and so has Century 21, with offices in Cottonwood and Sedona. Century 21 is always looking to hire those exceptional agents that are smarter, bolder, and faster. Call Cottonwood 634-5544. Call Sedona 282-1490.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Back here at Sedona High School, well, I'm learning all sorts of medical stuff out here. Barber lost that one in the sun and may have taken it on part of the cheekbone, maybe had a bloody nose, and they took off the cleat and pounded on his foot, and apparently that stops the bleeding. And I didn't know that, and I'm not sure if our friends in New Jersey who are listening knew that, but allegedly, apparently, that helps stop the bloody nose. So, I'm going to have to learn more about this. So, yeah, if I'm bleeding from the left arm, where do you hit me? That's what I got to figure out. 3-1 our score here. Camp Verde on top over Sedona Red Rock. And the little foul ball falls harmlessly, well, at least for Camp Verde, to the dirt out there. And we want to thank our friends at Jones Ford for helping us out with Verde Valley baseball and softball. Jones Ford has been taking care of Arizonans since 1970. In fact, their 48-year tradition of treating customers like neighbors is easy to see in every visit, every service, even every cup of coffee. You can see the Jones Ford difference between Cottonwood and Camp Verde on Route 260. And, of course, when you're out there, you can also find that you'll save with the lowest sales tax around. So helping Barber still out there on the field. We still have a timeout. Top of the third, 1 strike count. On the batter out there, McCune, center fielder. We're going to take another break here from Sedona Red Rock High School. When we come back, we'll look at the 2A state playoffs, softball and baseball when we come back after this.
At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, you'll find their employees are friendly and very helpful. It's a family-owned hardware store, and they'll treat you like a member of the family. At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, they stock household tools and all kinds of supplies. You can take advantage of their rental department. From the moment you walk in the door till the time you leave, you'll know why Camp Verde Ace Hardware is the home of legendary customer service. Pay them a visit on Main Street in Camp Verde.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
We come back with a fly ball over to left field, and it goes over the left fielder's head, and it will be probably lost in the sun. The sun high in the sky, but kind of looking into left field and third base area. So standing on second to lead off the third is going to be McCune. Bast comes up. He singled and scored and stole a base in the first inning. Wind changing directions now a little bit. Was blowing from the right field corner to the left field corner, now kind of swirling a little bit. And another fly ball. That one will stay on the infield. And it's going to fall. They lost it. Farmer and Grondin kind of fell between them. So 2 on now, nobody out. Gillespie steps in. He had a 2 RBI single back in the first, counting for 2/3 of the runs for Camp Verde. Here's the delivery. Stays outside. Way to get to it by Capozzi. Ball thrown in the left-hander's batter's box. Had to stretch out for it. 2 on, nobody out. Camp Verde already up on top, 3-1. Top of the third action here at Sedona Red Rock High School. And that one's going to get by him. And both runners are going to advance. Bass goes down to second, McCune down to third, and Gillespie now with 2 more in scoring position with a 2-0 count. So Camp Verde baseball currently sitting number 6. Scottsdale Prep behind them at number 7. Those two match up in the next game in the 2A Central Division, and step off the rubber is Ross. Fakes to third and then fakes back to second. 2-0 the count on Gillespie. Delivery. Fouled off to the right-hand side for strike 1, out of play. So if Camp Verde wins that one, then Camp Verde takes 2A Central Division and has an opportunity at that point to maybe jump over Bisbee into the number 5 spot. There's the pitch. That one gets away from the catcher. There's going to be a play at the plate. No. Great job out there by Capozzi. Like a cat, jumps on it, throws the ball high to Ross, but heading back to third is McCune. Bast had already come 3/4 of the way to third and had to scamper back quickly. 3-1 the count to Gillespie. First base is open, and that's where he's going to be now. First walk of the game for Sedona, and base is now loaded for Howe. Wiley Howe, the first baseman, struck out his first time up. He's got bases loaded, and Sedona's going to come out for a group meeting here on the mound. Entire infield surrounding Ross. Sedona's coach slowly working out. See if we're going to get a pitching change out here. In high school baseball, you do have a pitch count that you got to deal with. So there's only so many pitches that you can pitch in a particular game, or so many pitches that you can pitch in a particular inning. And Sedona's going to leave them out there. Little last instructions about how to get out of a bases loaded jam here with nobody out in the top of the third. Howe will step in. Eyeball seeing RBIs all over the place. Ross out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, right center field. And it is caught out there by the right fielder, LeCaire. And the throw into home is going to be late. So a great job out there. The sacrifice fly scores 1. Bast goes down to third. And an RBI sacrifice for Howe. Gillespie's got to stay at first with the ball going to right center field. So first and third now. Hedges, the left fielder, steps in, throw down to second, and they've got him. A delayed steal, and Ross steps off the rubber. Maybe there was a play on, but Bass didn't pick up on it. Expected him to break for the plate with the runner breaking for second. So a put out 1-4 on Gillespie. And now 2 outs. Strike 1 on Hedges. I apologize. That is going to be Shu out there batting, number 15. Placing Hedges. That one's low. Good stop by Capozzi. 1-1 count now. Here's the delivery, stays high. See if we can get some info here on Shu for you. Senior batting .439 on the season. He's got 25 hits. 22 runs scored, 23 RBIs, and that one will stay high. 3-1 the count. Here in Sedona. Waiting for the guy with the strap around the neck and the giant warmer to be walking through the crowd. And that one's going to be fouled off. Full count now. Ross got it in the strike zone, 2 outs, full count. Bast over at third, 1 in so far here in the top of the third, 4-1 the score. Camford with the lead over Sedona. Ross delivers and gets the strikeout to end the inning. So Camford had the bases loaded with nobody out, able to score 1 as Sedona wiggles their way out of a really bad situation, keeping the game close. 4-1, Sedona coming up, bottom of the third after this.
At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, you'll find their employees are friendly and very helpful. It's a family-owned hardware store, and they'll treat you like a member of the family. At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, they stock household tools and all kinds of supplies. You can take advantage of their rental department. From the moment you walk in the door till the time you leave, you'll know why Camp Verde Ace Hardware is the home of legendary customer service. Pay them a visit on Main Street in Camp Verde.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
Back here at Sedona High School, it's going to be Nate Ross starting off for Sedona. And the first pitch from Shu is going to be low, ball 1. Sedona trailing by 3, trying to get back in this one. Ross trying to help his own cause. Pitched his way out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam in the top of the third. Trying to get things going in the bottom of the third. And he'll foul that one off. 1-1 the count. Well, Verde Valley TV is going softball here for the playoffs. Going to follow the Camp Verde Cowgirls into the playoffs. Currently ranked number 3 in the 2A rankings. They've already captured the 2A Central title, or nearly have done so. Curveball stays low for ball 2, 2-1. And KYBC AM 1600, 96.3 FM. Looking forward to following the Lady Marauders into the playoffs. They're ranked number 4 in 4A softball. Record of 15-2 That one stays low. 3-1 the count. Ross struck out in the first inning. Now he's got a hitter's count here leading off the bottom of the third. As the wind kicks up again, you can probably hear it. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Full count. We don't have press box facilities here, so I'm trying to hold my head in the spot that protects from the wind much as possible. Line drive, left field. Will it stay fair? It does not. Got a hold of it. The wind somewhat blowing in from the left field corner at the moment. Probably hit that one right into the wind. Full count. Stays inside. An attempt by O'Grady out there to frame it, give the umpire a good look at it, but a walk. Third walk in the game for Sedona, and the third inning in a row that they have started with the leadoff man on. Other half of the battery comes up here for Sedona. That's Capozzi. Reached on an error, got stranded at second in the first. That one's high and outside. 1-0 the count, 1 on, nobody out. Sedona trying to cut into a Camp Verde 4-1 lead. It is windy out here, but not nearly as windy as our Arizona Diamondbacks experienced in Chicago yesterday. That one's fouled off over the backstop and out of play. 1-1 the count. I don't know if you saw that Bryant double. Pop fly behind second base that ended up in short right field. Man, the wind off of Lake Michigan played wonders with that one. That one will stay low. Fastball low and inside. 2-1 the count. Special Olympics have taken over the football field here at Sedona Red Rock High School. Keep hearing the announcements of all the different categories of winners. Throw back to first. Runner back safe. Ross takes his lead from first. Capozzi with a 2-1 count. Trying to advance his teammate. Uses the back of the box. And swing and a miss. Well positioned fastball, low and inside. 2-2 the count. Capozzi with a quick swing. Unable to connect. He was 1 for 2 against Valley Lutheran. And he'll hit that one toward the shortstop. Pick it up, flip over to second for 1, on to first. Double play. 6-4-3 double play empties the bases for the Camp Verde Cowboys. Now brings up Jennings. He struck out in the first. 0 for 1. Comes up with the bases empty now for Shu on the mound. Shu came in relief of Batiste. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Batiste went 1 2/3, gave up a hit, a run, no earned runs, gave up 2 walks, had 5 strikeouts. In fact, struck out all 5 outs that he got in the game. And that one misses the plate for ball 1. Didn't miss by much, that was close. Camp Verde trying to shut down Sedona here in the bottom of the third, maintain a 4-1 lead. And that one's outside. 2-1 the count. Say hello to Lori out there, tuning in. Hope your day is doing fantastic. And a ground ball, it'll get past the pitcher onto the second baseman, scoops it up over to first for the out, and that'll shut it down as Howe gloves it at first. 3 up, 3 down with helps from a double play by the Camp Verde Cowboys. 4-1 your score. Camp Verde top of the 4th coming up after this.
At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, you'll find their employees are friendly and very helpful. It's a family-owned hardware store, and they'll treat you like a member of the family. At Camp Verde Ace Hardware, they stock household tools and all kinds of supplies. You can take advantage of their rental department. From the moment you walk in the door till the time you leave, you'll know why Camp Verde Ace Hardware is the home of legendary customer service. Pay them a visit on Main Street in Camp Verde.
Lawler Construction is the exclusive builder at Mesquite Hills Subdivision in Cottonwood, a premier local builder of custom residential and commercial projects for 33 years. Lawler Construction uses green construction methods, building efficiency into every custom design. Lawler Construction is a certified Energy Star builder. For examples, visit LawlerConstructionAZ.com. Thank you for your business, confidence, and continued referrals. Lawler Construction, a proud supporter of baseball and softball at all levels.
Back here at Sedona High School, the Camp Verde Cowboys coming up to bat top of the fourth with a 4-1 lead over the Scorpions. I want to thank one of our sponsors, Camp Verde Ace Hardware, celebrating their 11th anniversary. If you're watching the stream live or watching it live on Verde Valley TV on Saturday, what is today, the 19th? Day before Easter, how about that? They're celebrating with their anniversary. Ooh, that one's behind the batter. O'Grady, the catcher, drops to a knee and takes that one behind him. It's like, you know, that's not fair. They throw at me when I've got the catcher's gear on. They throw at me when I got the bat. So 2-0 the count, though, to start off the fourth inning here for O'Grady. He reached on an error, got caught stealing back in the second. Camp Verde trying to secure a top 8 position in the 2A rankings. That one's low and outside for ball 3. Sedona, too, trying to secure a playoff position, currently number 22. What happens in the play-in round is number 9 through 24 play the play-in round, and ooh, check swing. Caught part of the bat for a strike. 3-1 the count. Excuse me, didn't mean to. So the top 24 go to the playoffs, at least the play-in round. 9 through 24 play for the right to play the top 8. And that one stays high for a walk. Second walk in the game. Grady's been on twice. He'll go down to first. Mason Rayburn will step in. He's got a pair of singles. Got caught in a pickle between second and third in the first inning. Got stranded at third in the second. Little fly ball, short right center, left center field, and it will fall for his third base hit. So 3 for 3 on the game. 3 singles out there for Rayburn. Grady trots down to second as soon as he saw that was going to fall. And Patisse will step in. He reached on an error and scored the first run of the game in the first. Doubled in the second. Hit one bouncer over the left field fence, and that one's going to make it out of play off the top of the dugout. Save the hot dogs, wherever the cooker is. Protect the hot dog cooker. All right. And the speaker. We're good. We're good. Okay, we're good. So the foul ball is strike 1. 2 on, nobody out, and that one's fouled hard down the third baseline, but well foul for strike 2. Bruno, the shortstop, is on deck, and in the hole is Dawson McCune, center fielder. He scored twice here today. And that one's fly ball, left field. Left fielder's got a beat on it, gloves it, gets the ball in for out number 1, unable to advance is O'Grady. So fly out to the left fielder for the first out of the inning. It's McGrath able to glove that one. That's going to bring up Bruno. He reached on an error, shortstop did, in the first inning, and grounded out to the third baseman. in the second inning. He's up now with 2 on, 1 out, and a 4-1 lead for Camp Verde. That one will stay outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count on the Camp Verde shortstop. Ross turns around to throw to second. Nobody's there. In AIA games that count, as the wind kicks up once again here at Sedona Red Rock High School, Camp Verde is 3-0 against 1A playoff teams. High and outside for ball 3. Versus 3A teams there, 1-2. Against 3A playoff teams, 0-2. Versus 2A playoff teams, sporting a 3-1 record. 8-1 in AIA games, tap foul. Number 2 in the 2A Central with an opportunity to win the 2A Central with a big game against Scottsdale Christian coming up their next game. Number 6 currently in the rankings. That one's going to be low for a ball, and second walk of the inning. Powers the merry-go-round out there. O'Grady goes down to third. Rayburn down to second. Bruno replaces him at first, and bases loaded now for Dawson McCune, the center fielder. First he got on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and then came around to score. Take strike 1. Reached on an error and scored in the third. So he has plated 2 of the 4 Camp Verde runs out there today. 0-1 the count. Ross out of the stretch. And that one gets by the catcher. That'll go to the backstop. All the runners will move up, and coming home to score is going to be O'Grady for the 5th run for Camp Verde. Scores on the wild pitch. Rayburn down to third. Bruno scampers over to second. So now 2 on, 1 out, 1 in here in the top of the 4th. And a 1-1 count. Good job trying to frame it out there by Capozzi, but it's still going to be ball 2. 2-2 the count on McCune. Dawson the center fielder, and that one's low and inside. Good stop by Capozzi. McCune batting .378. He's got a team leading 33 RBIs. And he'll take strike 2. Full count now, 2 on. 1 out. Top of the 4th, Camp Verde on top, 5-1 at the moment. That one outside. And he'll walk him. That'll load the bases again. 3 walks, a single, and a wild pitch. Scored a run here for Camp Verde in the top of the 4th. That one's low and outside. Bast is up, the right fielder. He'll pop that one foul to even the count, 1-1. Bast singled, stole a base in the first and scored. Last run of the 3-run first for Camp Verde. That one stays inside for ball 2, 2-1 the count. Reached on an error. Went to second on a wild pitch, got stranded at third. back in the third. In the fourth, he's up with the bases loaded. He'll foul that one off for strike 2. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Bases full of blue, Camp Verde blue. Dawson pitched his way through a 1-run third inning. Bases loaded and nobody out. Only gave up 1 run. And he gets the strikeout. Bass the swinging strikeout for out number 2. And Cole Gillespie, the third baseman, will step in. He had an RBI, 2 RBI single in the first, walked. And then got thrown out at second on an attempted delayed steal. Back in the third. That one gets away from the catcher. Coming down very quickly. Acknowledging that is Mason Rayburn, as he'll come home on the pass ball. 6-1 now, Camp Verde on top. Both other runners will advance. Bruno on to third. McCune on to second. That one stays high and tight. Spinning away to the inside. Gillespie, a 2-0 count. Runners at second and third. That one is low. 3-0 the count. 2 out, 2 on, 2 in. Here in the top of the fourth. Gillespie bats .318 this season. So he'll take strike 1, 3-1 now the count. He's got 11 RBIs, looking to increase that. 14 hits, he scored 8 times. He's got 3 doubles on the season. That one is low and outside. Good stop by Capozzi. But the walk will load the bases once again and start over with a new batter. Wiley Howe, the first baseman, struck out in the first, had a sacrifice fly in the third, and strike 1, the count to him now. 8th batter in the inning to bat for Camp Verde. Definitely getting their plate appearances here. That one in the dirt. Capozzi, a good stop. 1-1 the count. Ross on the mound, he'll deliver. Thought about it, held off. Ball 2. Howe's a junior, batting .275. Got his 6th RBI of the season back in the third, and great stop by Capozzi. Put that big old catcher's mitt out there, took it on the bounce, able to keep it out in front of him. 3-1 the count on Howe. Nowhere to put him. Bases full of blue. 6-1 the score. Camp Verde on top. There's the pitch. And there's the strike. Stays with the fastball. 3-2. Full count now. Ross trying to get out of it again. Giving up little damage, but base hit here would do a whole bunch more. And hard ground ball goes to the second baseman, scoops it up over to first, and the ground out ends the Camp Verde threat, but they get 2 in the top of the fourth and extend the lead 6-1 over Sedona Red Rock. We'll be back for the bottom of the fourth coming up after this.
Hi, Jerry Butterbroat. Century 21 Sexton Realty has been an important part of the Verde Valley since 1954, helping people to buy or sell property with services like teamwork and integrity. Verde Valley has grown, and so has Century 21, with offices in Cottonwood and Sedona. Century 21 is always looking to hire those exceptional agents that are smarter, bolder, and faster. Call Cottonwood 634-5544. Call Sedona 282-1490.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Tandy, owners of Taylor Waste.
We're the last local garbage company homegrown in the Verde Valley.
And we want to be your first choice for residential and small business garbage service.
Get a free month service when you make the switch to Taylor Waste. Visit TaylorWaste.com for more information.
Or to start service, call Taylor Waste at 649-2662.
Taylor Waste, service tailored to your needs.
Well, Bruno steps out there on the mound for Camp Verde. He's taking warm-up pitches, so we can only assume that he is going to start pitching here at the bottom of the fourth, as Shu has done his term out there. Shu went 2 1/3 innings and gave up no runs. Take a look at the new Camp Verde pitcher, Bruno. Well, we know he's a senior. How about that? ERA of 3.15 on the season, 3-2. This will be his 8th appearance of the year. 20 innings pitched in. He's given up 19 hits, 18 runs. Half of them, only 9 of them earned. 16 walks to go with 26 strikeouts. And facing him first with a ground back to the pitcher. And, overthrows to the inside part of the bag. And on to second is Alagna. So down to second is the Sedona batter. And number 9 steps in. Eduardo Canasco. We're going to look up him here as Bruno comes out of the stretch. He'll deliver, and a swing and a miss. Carrasco, a freshman, batting .083 on the season. 1 for 12. He has scored 3 runs now. Trying to advance his teammate down there from second base. That one gets by the catcher. And on to third is the center fielder for Sedona. So, man on third, nobody out. Sedona trying to cut into a 6-1 Camp Verde lead. And 1-1 the count on Carrasco. Freshman stands in there. The ball gets away from the catcher, but right down the third baseline. O'Grady chases it down the third baseline, daring somebody to run. 2-1 count now on the freshman. 1 on, nobody out. Bruno delivers, and that one's in the dirt. 3-1 now the count. The care on deck. McGrath in the hole and in the top of the order for Sedona as they turn the page here in the bottom of the fourth. And there's a strike. Full count now. Sedona led off with a ground ball. Bruno snagged it and throw over to first, took the first baseman to the home plate side of the bag, and that'll be a walk. So first and third now with nobody out. Sedona's got something going. LaCare steps up. He walked his first time up. Got stranded at second back in the second. 2 on, nobody out. We'll see if Sedona puts anybody in motion here. They send Carrasco. He has no stolen bases on the season. And they're going to fake to third. Third baseman wasn't even over there. So we'll get ready to play again. LeCare, the righty, looks at strike one. Sedona trying to hang on to a playoff position, currently number 22. Top 24, well, 9 through 24, go to the play-in round, throw over to first. Carrasco gets back. Adversely or consistently, Camp Verde trying to hang on to their playoff position. They're 6th right now. And there's a strike. 0-2 the count now on the right fielder for Sedona. A win here and Camp Verde will secure a top 8 position, or should come close, but I know they're eyeballing that Central Division title. That will require a win over Scottsdale and a win over Sedona here. There's the delivery, good block out there by O'Grady, low and away. Puts the body in front of it. Keeps the runner at third, 1-2 the count. If you ever seen Sedona High School here, this ball field has a gorgeous backdrop. As you look into the red rocks, a swing and a miss. Runner goes down to third and will be on to second, uncontested. So Carrasco no throw, gets the stolen base, but the strikeout. LeCare brings up Israel McGrath, the left fielder, struck out looking his first time up in the second. Comes up with 2 in scoring position, and Sedona trailing 6-1. There's the pitch, and he'll take ball 1. Grath was yesterday's ball game, 1 for 2 against Valley Lutheran. And that'll even the count, 1-1. He's got 6 RBIs on the season. So far, none would be more important than the 2 potentials sitting out there on the base paths. And the curveball catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2, 1-2 the count. Bruno just started the 4th inning. Taking over for Shu. Quick pitch, and he'll get the strikeout. 2 out, 2 on now, and Ryan Farmer, third baseman, only senior on the squad here for Sedona, comes up. He scored the only Sedona run. He walked in the first and scored. And he'll look at the curveball for ball 1. Reached on an error in the second. Now with 2 out, needs a base hit or something like it to score a run here for Sedona. And he'll pop that one right side of the field. And first baseman Howe's got a beat on it and ends the inning. So Sedona threatens but can't get anybody across. It's 6-1 after 4. Camp Verde coming up top of the 5th after this.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Conoco fuel with your Kickback Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to stop for those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here with something for everyone.
At Suzy Q.
Shop local first, always.
Go for others.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires. At Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Want to thank our friends at Arizona Smile Designers for helping us out, sponsoring Verde Valley baseball and softball. In fact, they want to remind you can protect future smiles with Arizona Smile Designers. Wisdom teeth typically come at an age when, well, people are presumably wiser. And during regular cleaners and with standard x-rays, Arizona Smile Designers can watch for wisdom teeth growth and check for potential overcrowding. Hey, this is especially necessary if you've already invested in the expensive braces. Hey, visit Arizona Smile Designers on Willard in Conwood or get info at easysmiledesigners.com. Grondin, the sophomore, out on the mound for Sedona. And stepping in for Camp Verde with a 6-1 lead here in the top of the fifth. It's going to be Shue, O'Grady, and Rayburn. And that one stays way high, ball one. Big ball game coming up for Camp Verde. Scottsdale Christian, driven high, center field. Center fielder is back, can't get his glove on it. And Shue is going to take second with a stand-up double. Thought about three there for a second, but he will stay there with nobody out. Ball was hit high, skied. And just as if it was on time, all the wind stopped. Near the fence there in center field, and O'Grady, the catcher, steps in. One on, nobody out. Takes strike one. Inside part of the plate. About the letters. Camp Verde scored 3 in the first. Had 2 on, did not score in the second. Ball one, 1-1 the count. Had bases loaded, nobody out in the third. And ended up scoring 1 on a Howe sacrifice fly. Picked up a couple of more in the fourth inning. Lead 6-1. Got an opportunity at third. Throw is high. Shue, head first slide, gets under the tag. So he'll get the stolen base down to third. So he takes third with nobody out. O'Grady with a 2-1 count. And that one stays high for 3-1. Grady reached on an error, got caught stealing in the second. Walked and scored on a wild pitch in the fourth. And that one stays high. So Grondin give up a hit and then a walk here, and O'Grady trots down to first as the wind kicks up, making itself and presence known. Back to the top of the order, Rayburn, 3 for 3, all singles. And a throw back to the pitcher. O'Grady takes second. Second and third now, Camp Verde, 6-1 lead. Wind blowing kind of out toward right field, more toward the corner. 1-1 the count. 2 on, nobody out. Rayburn singled in the first. He'll foul that one back. 1-2 the count now. Singled in the first, stole second. Then got caught in no man's land and got caught in a pickle back in the first. Singled in the second and stranded at third with the double by Batiste that bounced over the wall. Hard line drive to the second baseman. That'll score a run as the ground out goes 4-3, but he'll get the RBI. Coming home to score is going to be Shue. Over at third is O'Grady. 1 out, 1 on. High, skied, foul ball, and it'll hit the trees right behind us. Everybody's safe, but strike one. Batiste is up. Scored the first run of the game. Reached on an error in the first and scored. Hit a double. Bounced over the left field fence back in the second. Flied out to the left fielder. Now he sits here with a, according to the scoreboard, a 2-2 count. That one's inside. 2-1 count. There we go. That's what I thought. Oh, now they changed to 3-1. Okay, I'll catch up with you. 3-1 the count now. T started the game. Oh, swing and a miss. Full count now. Started pitching for Camp Verde. Pitched for 1 2/3 innings. Got 5 outs, all of them strikeouts. Gave up 1 unearned run. Hard ground ball toward the hole. That'll make it through. An RBI single for Batiste. And that'll make it 8-1. Took the high pitch and just drove it into the ground. Found the spot between shortstop and the third baseman out there. Bruno, current pitcher, now steps in. 1 out. There goes the runner. Throw down to second, and close play, but they call him safe. Tease gets the stolen base on the first pitch. Went on first move. Decent throw by Capozzi, just a little late. Grondin delivers. That stays high. 2-0 the count on Bruno. He reached on an error in the first. Grounded out to the third baseman in the second. Walked, got stranded at third in the fourth. And he'll pop this one up. Right side. Wind is playing havoc, and it'll fall. And going on to third is going to be Batiste. And then following behind on a wise base running move is going to be Bruno. So Bruno looked up, saw that one little pop fly that actually hit the edge of the grass. Shortstop had the closest angle to it. And then when nobody was covering second, because everybody had converged on the ball and the throw went to third, Bruno went on to second. So second and third, 1 out. McCune steps in, center fielder, and he'll hit that one hard, right field. It's deep, going back. It'll bounce just before the wall. It's going to be a double. Second run coming in. 10-1 now with a 2 RBI double by McCune. Batiste comes in to score. Had to wait to see if that was going to get caught. And then on his horse right behind him was Bruno. And strike 1 to Bass, the right fielder. Bass singled and scored, stole a base in the first, reached on an error in the third, struck out in the fourth. And now in a hole 0-2. 1 out. 4 in, 1 on for Camp Verde here in the top of the 5th. And a swing and a miss. High pitch. And Grondin will get his first strikeout. That'll bring up Gillespie. Cole Gillespie, third baseman, had an RBI, 2 RBI single in the first. He's walked in the third and the fourth. And a swing and a miss here in the 5th. 2 out, 1 on. 10-1 in high school baseball. You've got the 10-run rule. So Sedona trying to keep an 11th run off the board here to ensure another potential inning. 1-1 the count, 2 out. There's a strike. Grondin reels back and throws that one. Gillespie came in batting .318. That one will get up the middle, rounding and coming home to score. Run number 11, and then going quickly on to second, and then getting hit. Might have been in the face with the ball there at second is Cole Gillespie, and that one looked like it hurt. So the RBI single, Gillespie turns first and immediately goes on to second. The high grass in center field slowed it up. Alogna had to come in, picked it up, threw to second base. Nobody was really there. And the runner takes the brunt of the ball, and they're going to check on him, make sure that he is still okay with the head first slide. So he ends up with the double and the RBI. Camp Verde now leads 11-1. And Wiley Howe steps in, the 9th batter of the 5th inning. And he'll ground that one up toward the middle. Shortstop gloves it, throws across to first to end the inning. The ground out ends the inning. However, Camp Verde scores 5 in the top of the 5th. Take 11-1 lead. Sedona coming up to bat. They've got to score at least 1 to keep the game going after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Verde Valley Baseball and Softball here on Verde Valley TV, brought to you by Gordon & Gordon Law, combining honesty, integrity, hometown values with legal excellence in every representation, from family law to probate, trust, and estate planning. Gordon & Gordon Attorneys at Law is trust well placed. Also want to thank our friends at Jones Ford. Award-winning service is just part of the story at Jones Ford. Expert vehicle repairs start with stellar customer service. Since 1970, Jones Ford has an awesome track record of taking care of neighbors. And if you show up and talk to them, you're going to find out you can save with the lowest sales tax around. Located between Cottonwood and Camp Verde on Route 260. Experience the Jones Ford difference for yourself. Sedona needs a run. Down by 10. Mercy rule is almost in effect out here, trailing 11-1. It's going to be the pitcher now. Grondin, Ross, and then Capozzi. And the curveball comes over for a strike. Sedona needs base runners. Loss here puts in jeopardy their opportunity to stay in the top 24, and the curveball, good curveball from Bruno over for strike number 2. Camp Verde trying to secure a top 8 position, wanting to avoid that play-in round. That's not fun. Fastball off the plate. And I apologize. Apparently we have changed to pitchers once again out here for Camp Verde. It's been pitching by committee. And that one's going to stay outside. Rayburn comes into pitch. There we go. Well, let's look up Mr. Rayburn. Two count on Grondin, and there's the delivery, and swinging bunt goes off to the second baseman, and it's a close play at first, but they get him. The curveball, half swing, and they do get him. Rayburn comes in with an ERA of 2. He's 1-0 on the season. This would be his 8th appearance of the season. 14 innings pitched. He's given up 10 hits. 9 runs, 4 of them earned. 19 walks. 26 strikeouts. And ball 1 out there. To the second batter, 1 out. Ross is up there. Ross was the starting pitcher for Sedona, and he'll take that one away. Ball 2. Sedona needs base runners here. Capozzi's on deck. If anybody gets on, Jennings is in the hole, the second baseman. Rayburn delivers. Line drive, center field, caught by the shortstop out there. Bruno went up for it. Boy, he read that off the bat fantastic, and the line out is the second out of the 5th inning here for Sedona. Last hope, catcher Capozzi reached on an error in the 1st inning, got stranded at second, hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd. Hit the ball hard and swings at the breaking ball. Strike 1. Gorgeous day out here in Sedona. The Red Rocks off in the distance. Special Olympics is taking over all of their festivities on the football field. And the second breaking ball, strike 2. Capozzi, another sophomore on this squad, a young Sedona squad, only one senior. That'd be Farmer. That one hits in front of the plate. Hit the backstop behind us. Jennings will come over to gather up the loose ball. 2-1 count. Sedona down to their final strike here. And there it is. Strike 3 looking. And that'll do it out here today. Camp Verde victorious by a score of 11-1 over Sedona. We'll return for our post-game show and go into stats coming up after this.
All Price Insurance on Main Street in Cottonwood is your local insurance provider for personal and commercial insurance. Call and compare 23 insurance companies for home, health, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, or ATV. Specialty insurance and insurance bonds are no problem at All Price Insurance. Call or visit All Price Insurance today.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. Larry Green Chevrolet, we're better and we'll prove it. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find our selection extensive and the sales team professional and courteous. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet just off Highway 260 next to Walmart or LarryGreenChevrolet.com.
Well, Camp Verde wins this one over Sedona here in the Red Rocks, a score of 11-1, and it took a 5-run 5th inning. It was 6-1 going into the top of the 5th, and 5 runs in the top of the 5th for Camp Verde made all the difference here in the ball game. Ryan Farmer, the only senior out here for the Sedona Red Rocks Scorpions, scored the only run of the game, a single by Alagna, the only hit for Sedona, although several walks, lots of activities. Sedona had several opportunities to score, where they had base runners either at third or second and third. In fact, they had second and third twice, but 3 up, 3 down in the 5th as Mason Rayburn shuts down the Sedona Scorpions for the finale and the win. Mason Rayburn, speaking of him, he ends up 2 for 3 with an RBI in the game, as well as a run scored. 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in the game. Dakota Batiste reached on an error and scored in the first, doubled in the second, and singled and had an RBI and scored with a stolen base in the 5th. So he ended up 2 for 4 in the game. Bruno ends up scoring once in the game and was 1 for 3 with a walk. McCune, center fielder, ended up with 2 RBIs in the 5th, as well as scoring 3 times, reached on an error and a fielder's choice, as well as a walk. In fact, he was on 4 times in the game, but 3 runs scored. Bass, the right fielder, 1 for 4 in the game and scored a run. Gillespie had 2 RBIs in the first off of a single, was on base every other time. In fact, ended up with a double in the 5th, and ends up 2 for 2 with no run scored, but 3 RBIs in the game. Wiley Howe ends up with an RBI, going 1 for 3 in the game. Hedges started the game, went 0 for 1. Shue ended up 1 for 2 with a double and a score and a stolen base to go along with it. And the catcher, Kelton O'Grady, love that name. That's a great baseball name, Kelton O'Grady, ends up going 0 for 1 in the game, reached on an error, got caught stealing in the second, walked twice with the rest of the game, and ended up scoring on a wild pitch. Once again, the Camp Verde Cowboys victorious on the road here at Sedona. Your final from Red Rock High School, Camp Verde 11, Sedona 1. Oh, and we wish you and all with you a absolutely phenomenal game. Watch all the games, both softball and baseball, on Verde Valley TV, Cable 1, Channel 56, Suddenlink, Channel 2, or watch them on demand at verdevalleytv.com. We wish you a wondrous day wherever you happen to be. Have a great one.